Dads, when did you look at your son and think, that's my boy? When Evan was born, I was 24 and scared out of my mind. I had dropped out of college the year before, working at a tire shop in Dayton, Ohio, trying to save for trade school. His mom, Kelsey, and I weren't married, and we didn't exactly plan for him. But the moment I saw him, red, screaming, perfect, I swore I'd never let him down. Kelsey and I split when Evan was 3. It wasn't ugly, but it wasn't friendly. She moved 2 hours away and took Evan with her. We had shared custody, but with her schedule and my job, I saw him every other weekend and some holidays. I drove hundreds of miles, kept a drawer full of little shoes at my place, learned how to braid hair when he went through a phase of wanting long hair like Aquaman. I packed every minute of our time together with bike rides, Lego sets, pancake breakfasts. I missed a lot though. School plays, fevers, random Tuesday night tears. I never got used to that part. Evan was quiet, not shy exactly, just watchful. He liked rules, order, fixing things. He was the kind of kid who'd organize his crayons by color and sharpen them all before he started a picture. When he was 10, he got obsessed with engines, started helping me out in the garage. By 12, he could change oil on his own. He wasn't loud or flashy, but he paid attention. Last summer, Evan was 15. He came to stay with me for 3 weeks. I picked him up from his mom's, and he tossed his duffel in the back seat and asked if he could drive. I laughed, but he was serious. We drove to an empty parking lot near the old mall. He was nervous, his knees bounced, and he kept looking over to check if I was judging. I told him to ease into it. He made a couple jerky turns, then found a rhythm. It wasn't perfect, but it was better than I expected. That wasn't the moment. A few days later, we were in the garage fixing up an old lawnmower. The neighbor, Mr. Clark, wandered over. He's in his 70s, lives alone, mostly keeps to himself. He leaned against the fence and chatted for a bit, said something about how his car wouldn't start that morning. I nodded, said maybe I'd come take a look later. Evan didn't say anything right away. He finished tightening a bolt, then turned to Mr. Clark and asked, "You want me to check your battery?" Mr. Clark looked surprised, but he said sure. Evan walked over with my voltmeter, tested the terminals, fiddled with a few things, then said, "It's probably the alternator. Want us to take a look?" He said us, but he meant me. I followed him over, but I didn't say much. Evan popped the hood, pointed out a frayed wire, explained how it might be causing the issue. He didn't rush. He didn't show off. He just helped. When we walked back to our garage, hands greasy, sun low, Evan said, "He probably doesn't get a lot of people checking on him." That was the moment. It wasn't the grades or the driving or even the way he knew tools better than some adults. It was that he noticed someone, saw they needed something, and just quietly filled the gap. I looked at him, taller than me now, and thought, that's my boy. And I meant every word.